everyone, and welcome. I am Saskia Fraser from rawfreedom.co.uk, and in today's Raw interview we've got the fabulous Jesse van der Velde from superfoodies.com. He's a health coach. He's sold 60,000 books and he has 120,000 people on his mailing list. He's got a massive reach, and I'm really excited to be interviewing you today, Jesse.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. And so, do you want to tell us a little bit? I mean, before we kicked off the interview, we were just talking about colon health, and that's something that I think, you know, for so many people who get into eating raw foods, you know, colon health is one of the main reasons we do it. We want good digestion, good colon health. It has such a massive impact on our overall well-being.
Yeah, that's correct.
But about your take on it.
Yeah, well, a lot of doctors say all health begins in the colon, and other doctors say all disease starts in the colon. And whether you want to take it from the disease angle or the health angle, most of it starts in the colon. And our colon is a very sensitive system, and basically with what we eat, we either invite good bacteria into our colon system, or we invite the bad bacteria, the bad yeast, like the candida, or other sorts of imbalances or dysbiosis into our colon. And it's something we should be aware of. What we're not aware of often is that the foods, too much sugar, gluten, also pasteurized products, alcohol, and also too much stress, they negatively impact the health of our colon. And if you do that, your body is very strong. Your body is very resistant. Your body wants to live, and your body wants to stay healthy. So we can continue with all these bad influences for years without feeling any sorts of trouble. But then suddenly, you know, when we get ill, when we get some sort of problem, and we get antibiotics, basically those also kill all the good bacteria in our colon, and the bad bacteria or the candida tends to grow faster again after we've been on antibiotics for a while, then the good bacteria can recover. And then all sorts of symptoms start to arise, right? Like skin trouble, like eczema, or other symptoms of basically low immune function. And while the antibiotics or other things can be the trigger, the true cause is how have we been living, what have we been eating in the years before that. And we can change that. We can change that at any time. As soon as we start adding more fermented foods into our into our food pattern, into what we eat, like fermented vegetables or kefir or another probiotic supplement or kombucha, we start inviting healthy bacteria back into our colon. And that truly is the foundation of our hormone system. It's the foundation of our immune system, because 80% of our immune cells are built up in our colon. So that's where health begins. So that's what it is in a nutshell, basically.
Yeah. And I think, as you were saying, that's where our immune system is actually basically based. And some people just don't realize how what they're putting into their bodies compromises that.
Yeah. And it's not, you know, it's not that it's all going wrong at once. You know, it's the small things that we continuously do that either invite healthy bacteria that give us more health, or it's the small things that we continuously do that take us away from health. And you know, your body is there for you until your 30th, and after your 30th birthday, you got to be there for your body. And then that's what we forget. And our foods influence that. You know, foods like gluten, for example, they slowly influence the health of our colon, and can create on the longer term a leaky gut syndrome. And leaky gut syndrome can in itself cause all sorts of hormonal imbalances, because toxic substances that normally wouldn't go through your colon into your bloodstream now will if you have leaky gut. And your immune system becomes active, your immune system starts attacking those, and can start to confuse those substances, your for example, your thyroid and those substances. And when it does, your body starts attacking your own thyroid, and you get autoimmune disease. So autoimmune disease can start in your gut, in your colon, and also other sorts of hormonal imbalances start there.
Yeah, I'm witnessing an awful lot more people with those kind of autoimmune diseases, and it just doesn't make sense that your body should attack itself. So just kind of you explaining that is really helpful, because it's like, how does it come about? Yeah. Great. And so you originally were a personal trainer. I mean, are you still a personal trainer?
No, I'm not actually. No, I started off as a personal trainer back in 2006 in Antwerp in Belgium. I'm from the Netherlands originally, hence the accent. And I've been working as a personal trainer for quite a few years, until I started doing more things online, starting my blog, starting to write books, starting to do YouTube videos, starting to do seminars. Currently, we're doing seminars in the Netherlands with up to 350 people in one seminar, and we do them every quarter. And we've got over 1,000 coaching clients that we've coached, me and my team with 3 other coaches, one-on-one, and that we've helped. And we do hormonal analysis. We figure out what hormones are out of balance in their body, and we give them very specific food recommendations, what they should eat, what they shouldn't, what supplements to take, what superfoods to take. And we coach them into new habits, but also we help them to see what they don't see themselves, right? It's what a coach does, and help them to change certain patterns of emotional eating, for example. So my organization is helping a lot of people one-on-one and online, and with my books we've reached out to so many people already. So it's awesome. It's a real fulfilling job.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're incredibly lucky in that sense, and that we have jobs that really help people. And amazing. How did you actually first get into raw food?
Actually, through my wife. I was a personal trainer already. I was much more into the paleo diet, and she was actually Googling, I think, or looking on YouTube for some sort of recipes with vegetables, I think it was, and she came across green smoothies, and that's how it started. And this, I think, was back in 2000. I think also back in 2006, 2007 or something, I think. And she gave me my first green smoothie, and I was like, what is this? Why would I drink it? Can you drink your vegetables, and can you mix your fruits and vegetables together, right? All these typical questions people have in the beginning. And I was a little bit skeptical, I must admit, but I really felt the difference. I really felt the difference, because although my diet, so to say, had improved so much. As a child, I suffered from asthma and quite a few allergies, and my health by far wasn't optimal. While I worked out a lot, while I exercised a lot, I played basketball, but my health wasn't optimal. I was eating way too many bread and grains and way too many milk products, and I felt that when I started drinking green smoothies, my health improved even a lot more. It improved a lot more, and got me wondering, wow, there's another level, right? And there's so much more after this. So it made me really aware that, well, I felt pretty well. At that time I had already stopped drinking milk and using other dairy products. I had stopped eating gluten and all sorts of grains. But when I started drinking green smoothies and got into superfoods, my health improved so much more, and it made me aware of, hey, you never miss what you've never had. You don't miss what you've never had. And it means only when you get your health to the next level, you start to see, hey, there is another level, and there always is another level.
Yeah, and I think for me that's one of the most exciting things, having been kind of on the raw journey. Not the raw journey, but also the kind of mind, body, spirit, health journey for however many years, is that you just, once you start, you just know there's more and more levels, like you say, which is just, yeah, it's exciting.
Totally true. Yeah, it's very exciting. And you become so enthusiastic, you want to change the world and help everybody figure that out, right? And feel the same way that you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, and so do you eat 100% raw?
No, I don't. No, not necessarily. And what I feel is that everything in nature comes in seasons, and it means that the only moment in life where everything is steady and keeps the same is when you're dead, really, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, there's 4 different seasons in the year. There's day, there's night. There's working out and being active and resting. The nature is about balance. And I think that there are so many advantages to being 100% raw, and meaning that for a lot of people who've had a regular diet, who've been eating all sorts of things like we know you shouldn't be eating at all, their bodies are far away from being healthy. And the further you're away from health, the further you want to go back to what's completely pure, to what's clean, to what's close to nature, to what's plant-based, meaning what's the easiest thing for your body to eat and to absorb is probably green juices, right? Not even green smoothies, but juices with the fiber out. It's so easy to digest for your body. And to me, that's the closest to health you can probably be, in the most purest form of nutrition you can probably find. So for those people who are so far away from health, you want to balance it out by going all the way back, and they end up in the middle, right? And but once your body starts to become more healthy, if you only eat plant-based foods, and you do that for years and years and years, other imbalances could also occur, what you see. Now, where are you getting your B12 from, for example, which is very important for your health? If you're only eating plant-based foods with a lot of chlorophyll, where are you getting your salts from, for example? Where are you getting your natrium from? And so you need to balance that out. That is also part of good health, which is salt, for example. Plant-based foods detoxify your body, and I see sometimes people who have detoxified a lot, that are very healthy, but they don't have enough salt, for example, in their body. So they drink water, they got to go to the toilet, they drink water, they got to go to the toilet, they flush it all out because their body doesn't absorb anymore. Sometimes I see B12 deficiencies, I see vitamin D deficiencies, which can be cured just from the sun, but in the Netherlands where I live, or in the UK, we don't get enough sun. Yeah. And you don't necessarily get it through your diet, so you probably got to take a supplement. I believe in keeping a right omega-3 6 ratio, which could be coming from plant-based foods, but watch this. Flax seeds or linseeds and chia seeds, they are very high in omega-3 in the ALA form, but they don't contain EPA and DHA. Now your body can convert ALA into EPA and EPA into DHA, but our bodies aren't very effective in making that transition. Women are better than men, probably because a female body needs DHA for the brain of a child. And but even women in studies only convert 20 to 25% of their ALA into DHA eventually, while you do need it. So I'm a very big proponent of balance and respecting nature. And while I respect animals, and I 100% respect people who want to be vegan and 100% raw, you should, and that's completely fine. To me, I'm trying to see, okay, what does my body need at the moment? And there's a lot of things I don't eat. I wouldn't eat regular meats. I'm completely against that entire industry. I think it's wrong. There's so much things bad about it. If you are B12 deficient, if you're protein deficient, and you can get your proteins from plants, you can get brown rice protein or hemp protein, but some people just don't do. And eating organic meat, grass-fed, where the animal has had a great life, can sometimes, you can sometimes need that. So I think stay close to what your body needs, and that is different in different stages. That is different stages of your life. It is different in different stages of what hormones are out of balance. Testosterone could decline over the years, and you want to stay aware of that. You can be vegan and have optimum testosterone levels, but you got to be aware that you have to work on it consciously through good saturated fats from coconut oil. And if you want good butter, right, grass butter from cows who are grass-fed, you got to be aware that your body needs saturated fats for cholesterol, and your body needs cholesterol for testosterone. If you're too low in saturated fats, your testosterone levels could also decline. So again, I'm a big proponent of balance, of understanding what does my body need, what does it need at this time, what it needs today can be different from what it needs tomorrow, what your body needs for this hormonal imbalance can be different from if you have that hormonal imbalance, and it even can be different in the different seasons of the year. What you need in summer and what I eat in summer is different from what I eat in winter.
One of the things that I really notice is that the more healthily you eat, the more you intuitively know what it is that your body needs. And I don't know if you've experienced that as well.
Yeah.
The EPA and DHA, I'm really interested to kind of hear a bit more about that in terms of, what do we need it for and where can you get it from in its whole form?
Yeah, well, your brain is built out of DHA. And most of your brain is DHA, fatty acids in the form of DHA and water. And we know in the whole evolution science that we became human. We were able to develop ourselves as a human, go from monkey to human basically, because we would eat the skulls. There would be nothing left but the skull of a dead animal, because all kinds of other animals would have eaten all the meat, right? And we would crack the skull and we would eat the brain of another animal, which is DHA rich. And because in that, from an evolution standpoint, we would get more DHA, we were able to develop our brains, and that's when we were able to develop ourselves as humans. Now, so we need DHA. Children who have ADD or ADHD, they improve their concentration from omega-3. When the more omega-3 you have in your body, the more your body is able to burn off the bad fats that are stored. You give your body the suggestion there is enough good fats so you can get rid of the bad fats. So it activates fat burning genes and it stops fat storage genes. It deactivates fat storage genes. It is very good and very important against inflammation, too much inflammation in your body, which can, of course, be caused by so many different causes. So omega-3s are very important, and it's not just the ALA. From all the research I've seen, we don't convert all the ALA omega-3s, which we get out of flax seeds, linseeds, or chia seeds, into eventually DHA, and we do need it. So I'm not against. There is plant-based DHA forms. There's a great supplement which is Omega Zen, and they have a plant-based DHA, and that's a great way. If you're not vegan, you could take krill oil, for example, which has EPA and DHA. If you're against that, take the plant-based form. So it's important to keep that in mind, because what's more important than getting the fats is the ratio between how many omega-6 and how many omega-3 fatty acids do you have in your body. The ratio is important. You can eat very healthy, but if the ratio is still 10 to 1, 10 times omega-6 to how much omega-3 you have in your body, it's still out of balance. Well, it's all good fats from olive oil, from nuts, seeds that you eat. You can still be out of balance. There's research done on children with asthma and allergies. When their ratio goes down to 4 to 1, 4 times the omega-6 compared to the omega-3, often it's 20 to 1, right? Or even 50 to 1 sometimes in the US, 50 times the omega-6 compared to omega-3. If you bring it down to 4 to 1 from lowering omega-9 and omega-6 fatty acids, getting rid of all the bad fats, adding more omega-3 fats, children that suffered from asthma and allergies had no symptoms anymore. Other research, completely independent research from this study, was done where they looked at colon cancer, and they saw that if the ratio is 2.5 to 1, twice as much omega-6 than omega-3 in your body or in your diet, there was colon cancer stopped growing. Also for 2.5 to 1, if your ratio is 2.5 to 1, you have a 70% less risk of dying from heart disease. And heart disease, at least in the Netherlands, is a third of all deaths. So 29 of all the women, 31% of all the men in the Netherlands die from heart disease. And if that ratio is good, then you have a 70% less risk of getting it. So that's how important it really is.
Yeah, so essentially, actually, it's easier to get the omega-6 than it is the omega-3, and that we should be focusing on making sure we get as many sources of omega-3 in as possible.
Correct. Omega-6 and omega-9s, because you'll be getting omega-9s from sunflower oil if you would use that, or from avocados, which are also omega-9s. And most seeds and nuts, they're predominantly omega-6. They do contain some omega-3s, but the ratio is not optimal. Even the hemp seeds ratio, hemp seeds still have a little bit more omega-6 than omega-3, while chia seeds have more omega-3 than omega-6. So if you would be eating nuts and seeds, the ratio would still be out of balance. You also need foods that have more omega-3 than omega-6 to balance it out. Yeah.
Brilliant. Great. That's why chia seeds have become so incredibly popular.
Oh yeah, they're awesome. Yeah, they're great. Yeah, I love them.
When I first I made a chia seed pudding, and I could not get enough of it. I was like, God, my body really needs this, and now I know why.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's true.
So for those people who are in the UK watching this, Jesse is the owner of Detox Your World now, and you took it on from Shazzy, didn't you?
Yeah, it's correct. A little bit over 2 years ago, we bought the company. That's me and my business partner. My business partner is coming from the organic herbs and spices business in the Netherlands. He's a little bit older than I am. We bought the business together. I bought it with him for his experience and knowledge. And we found a common passion, helping people to eat healthy. And I was so much into the superfoods business as a consumer already. We were recommending superfoods online. I already had a web shop in the Netherlands selling superfoods, which is superfood.nl. And then I met Shazzy, and we became friends. And Shazzy was actually looking for, hey, I need someone to continue this company because I've built this great company out of my passion. But Shazzy really is, she's the author, she's the artist, right? She wants to help people. And her parents were running the organization, but her parents were ready to retire. They were already over in their 70s back then. And she said, I already had people who want to buy my company, but they just didn't have the right ambition. They didn't have the right background. She was really focusing on how important it was to sell the business to the right person. And luckily, she thought it was me, and I hope I've done well, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's up to our customers to decide. But we've been taking on the business with a lot of passion, and been really focusing on the quality of our products, which Detox World has been known for. But we also felt that the business needed a fresh wind, and in order to grow, we needed to make some decisions on our brand, and we came up with a new brand called Superfoodies, and which is now, I think, in over 400 or 500 health food stores across the UK. We're in all major health food stores in the London area and in quite a lot of other health food stores in the UK. So we're doing well, and we're really happy about it. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. And I know I did a gift box hamper to give away at the Om Yoga show a few weeks back, and I had some of your Superfoodies stuff in there, and your granola, which I'm so pleased that someone's done a granola, because I've been thinking someone's got to bring out a raw breakfast cereal and, you know, something that's really delicious. And so I was thrilled to see when you'd actually done it.
Yeah, we are very proud of it, and the reason why I'm so proud is because it wasn't really been done. You know, there wasn't a non-cereal breakfast cereal. That's how we call it. Yeah. There's no grains in there. A lot of breakfast cereals coming from in health food stores would still contain buckwheat or other grains. This has no grains, just nuts, seeds, fruits, and a lot of superfoods. We have 3 flavors, one with goji berry and acai, so you get a lot of antioxidants from it, from the goji berries. I'm also very proud of the green one, because it will give you your daily required iodine in one serving, which is pretty rare. Where do you get your iodine from? And iodine is such an important mineral, not just for your thyroid, but there's 5 other major hormones in your body that require iodine to function well. If you get iodine deficient, which you don't really feel, because your body stores iodine in your thyroid and in other tissues in your body, so your nutrition can be completely iodine deficient, and you don't have to find that out for years, because your body will find iodine in other tissues. But years later, you start getting symptoms of, for example, slow thyroid or other imbalances. If you become iodine deficient, you increase estrogens in your body. So estrogen dominance in women, but also in men, but it's more often occurring in women, can be caused. One of the causes, it's not the main cause, but one of the elements to it is iodine deficiency. So you got to make sure you add kelp powder a little bit to your green smoothies. Now, half a teaspoon of kelp powder in a green smoothie will give you all the iodine that you need. You know, it's so iodine rich. And we added kelp to the green granola, which is an option, or eat wakame or dals or kombu or other sea vegetables. Take care of your iodine. But other than that, we're really proud of our granola, and there's a chocolate flavor as well, of course. So yeah, it's a great product. It's a product I eat every day. I love it with coconut kefir or coconut yogurt. It's great.
Yeah, delicious. And that, I mean, what you were saying about iodine is so important. And right, I'm going out, I'm getting kelp powder. I'm going to add it to my green smoothies. Yeah, don't forget, it's very mineral rich. Yeah. Especially, you know, what are symptoms of a low thyroid? You know, it's cold hand, cold feet. It is thinning of your hair. You know, if you're losing hair over the years, if your hair is getting thinner, it's a symptom of slow thyroid function. It's finding it hard to lose weight. You know, if you're eating well, so many people are eating well, especially women, because it's more women who have thyroid problems than men for some reason, which I don't know why. But if you're eating well, but if you're not losing weight, exercise, but also look at your thyroid. And there is a lot of causes from a slow thyroid. It doesn't necessarily need to be a slow thyroid. It is really symptoms of too little active thyroid hormones in your body, which is different from a slow thyroid, because your thyroid could be functioning properly, but your body needs to convert
the slow thyroid hormone, the T4 thyroid hormone, into T3, which is the active thyroid hormone, and that's partially done in your colon, for example. About 20% is converted in your colon. So if that's not functioning properly, there we get back to the colon story, but it's also converted in your liver, 20-30% in your liver. So if either of the two is not functioning properly, you have less conversion of the slow thyroid hormone into the fast, the active thyroid hormone, and you can have symptoms of a slow thyroid. So there's a lot to it, and it always begins with really nourishing your body, making sure there's no nutritional deficiencies, taking care of that. That's where it always starts.
Yeah.
And that's why raw foods and superfoods are so great, right? Yeah.
And so you were saying you've got a book coming out in the UK.
Yeah, it's a new book. It's a small booklet, really. It's called 5 Steps to Becoming a Superfoodie. We're going to be distributing this throughout the country in health food stores together with our Superfoodies products. It is about omega-3-6 ratio. It is about phycocyanin in blue-green algae like spirulina and what it does for our body, our immune system, how the anti-aging purposes it has. I'm so surprised and enthusiastic about what phycocyanin, how important it is. It has so many great benefits, and there's been a lot of research to it. Also research how it protects us from UVA radiation, for example. There's a lot to it. It's about iodine. It's about chocolate. It's 5 very important elements of good health that we often forget about. It's not a complete book, but it's 5 specific elements. And there's 30 great recipes with great photos. It's a beautiful book. So I'm really proud of it. It's coming out in January 2015. So it's a couple months.
It sounds very exciting because, I mean, it's so often we know that certain things are good for us. You know, we know flax is good for us, or chia is good for us, or spirulina is good for us. But actually to know why they're good for you gives it a whole new dimension in terms of helping you to include it in your diet regularly.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Jesse, it's been an absolute honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Saskia. It's been my pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, and for anybody that wants to find out more, we're going to put links below the video. So have a look and click on those if you want to. All right.
Thank you so much. And for everybody watching, thank you for watching. I really appreciate your time. I hope there was something you got from this video, and there's always another level, and I hope there was something here for you. Just one tiny little thing done continuously will change your health. It's not about doing everything perfect. It's improving gradually. Again, one tiny little thing done continuously creates a big difference. So always remember that. Same true for what we eat in our health. So thank you and good luck.
Yeah, fantastic last tip. Thank you very much, Jesse. And as you say, every little bit counts.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, goodbye.